Deal surgeons, elite masterminds. So this is the signals. I've already sent out the signals to a few people. We're holding all the way into this area right here. Okay. Now this is 50% of the one standard deviation. Okay. Price is going to run in one direction to the 50% line based on this pattern that I identified. Okay? So we're just watching right now. I already told people to get in for buys. I told people to get in for buys a little too early. I think I told people to get in buys when it was like down here and when it was right here, but we're holding for here. So I'm recording this live and we're just going to watch it and see if price goes to where I say it's going to go. So let me see if I can put this on mute because I have the television playing right now. I'll just let it play. So this is the first signal right here. I didn't take a trade from Monday to Wednesday because if I'm not too sure, then I can wait until the Monday to Wednesday range is broken. And then I know exactly what to do after that. So let me see if I can put this on mute.
As the Wall Street Journal, I might like you back. Tell them they're wasting their money. It's gonna pass. Are you sure? When was the last time I got a count wrong? He was certain he wouldn't be trying to neutralize us. Look, Sanko has been good to me. I'm just trying to do you and them a favor, right? But why propose the legislation in the first place? You must have known they would oppose it. The regulatory restrictions in there. There's a bigger battle here, Frank. Sanko is against any step toward regulation, no matter.
So like I said, I sent out the signals when price was right here. And I sent out signals when price was right here. So it was a little bit of drawdown. Okay. Price is coming up to here guaranteed. So if you're in a buy right now, like I told you in the signals group, you need to hold to here. It's guaranteed to come there. I don't care if you think it's going to retrace, go down. It's coming up to here guaranteed. You can guarantee it just like, the moon showing up tonight or the sun showing up in the morning. That's just how sure it is.
I'm not going to do that. Then you're being foolish. Come on, Frank. Let's not make this personal. I can't compete with Sanko's war chest. My only option is asymmetrical and pick off the opposition at one.
Okay, so we put a fib on here at 38%.
There will come a time to put Remy in my crosshairs, but not right now. As we used to say in Gaffney.
So if it don't trade past the 50%, if it trades past 50%, you can bet on it coming up to 61.8. If it don't, then you can bet on it coming up to negative 27. Okay, it's just a general Fibonacci rule. So right now we're holding for price to come up to this blue line right there. This is the signals group. Okay. This is the signals group. Deal surgeons. Extra bacon. Hopefully when I put this on mute, it actually goes to mute. So this is a beautiful trade right here because if it can't trade past the 50%, it's going to go to negative 27 in reverse, which lines up perfectly with the blue line, which is 50% of a one standard deviation. I've been preaching for 3 months. The price is going to run in one direction. If you catch it early, you can make a lot of money. So let me put it back on mute. We're holding until price comes up here to this blue line, which is negative 27. This is the signals group. If you followed the signal, I told you to get back in when price was right here. We got in early, and then I put in another one right here. It was a little bit of retracement, but we're holding to here. If you got in when I told you to get in, which was down here, how many points is this? And I didn't even give you a stop loss because you're supposed to use a stop loss, but in situations like this, you don't have to. Okay, so that's only 16 points. But still, you could have put on a few lots or whatever. Price is coming up there to where I said it's coming to. I'm about to put it back on mute and just watch price do what the hell I say it's going to do. I don't know. I just like these moves right here because you get cocky when you actually know what's about to happen. I researched this heavily, staying up to 4 o'clock in the morning, crazy amounts of time. So when you do stuff like that, you're not worried because you know what has to happen. It's coming up to here. Okay. Now, it could go higher because we have what is this? We have a bearish breaker on a 4 hour. Okay, so price could continue to keep coming up. Also, we got a volume imbalance. This is ES. We have a volume imbalance right here as well that hasn't been filled. Okay, so price could continue. I have 2 positions on right now. I have a heavy position on right now. I got like, 15 lots, to be honest with you. See, I'm not playing around. Like if I know what's gonna happen, I'm gonna go heavy. Okay. So we see right here, this is a mitigation block? It's not a breaker. Well, price broke this high right here, then they had to come back down and retest it. This one right here. Yeah, so let me put it back on mute. Just watch price come up to here and just sell all your positions right here. We're not even going to bet for price to come up here because we may have a retracement before it comes back up here. So hold your buys for the signals group. Hold your buys until we get up here. I'll put it back on mute now.
How's your head?
Fine.
You should change the bandage, no?
Good.
I thought you were going to be out late.
No.
You seem upset.
I'm not.
What happened?
Nothing.
Can I get more than 2 words on it?
I'm just trying to relax. Claire, I love
I love you too.
you. Did Zoe expect me to twiddle my thumbs until her arrival? Perhaps she's making a mistake thinking her time is as valuable as mine. Proximity to power to lose some and to believe they wield it. I put an end to that sort of thinking before it begins.
If I'm not mistaken, last time I was in Tannersville, Buddy Cochran pulled me aside and told me I was wasting my time because the Republicans were going to sweep Remote County in a landslide. Well, Buddy had to eat his hat and both his shoes when I won the county in the landslide. And let me tell you, that man has big feet and an even bigger head, so that was quite a meal. My daddy used to tell me a story about people who count their chickens before they hatched. Although, to be fair, he probably didn't know what he was talking about because he grew up in Pittsburgh. And I certainly never saw a hen around my house unless you count my mother.
Do you want me to do something?
Seriously.
No.
I do love this town.
I don't know if he's ever going
Because
to do
it still has that frontier spirit in time. Tannersville
You're supposed
used
to
to be the last stop.
minutes ago.
I can't interrupt him. He's the vice president.
We're not on the edge of Penn's Woods.
We need economic development flow charts for the watershed bill sent over to Terry Womack's office. Hard copies, 20 of them.
I'll do it right away.
How's everything going with Rachel?
I think she's a little down in the dumps. She got a waitressing job last week and then they let her go.
Why?
She wouldn't tell me. All she said was her boss was a creep.
Minutes ago, I received a text from Zoe. She intends to apologize, no doubt. I respect that she wants to atone in person, even though it's taken her over 16 hours to build up the courage.
Janine Skorsky is digging into Peter's.
What in particular?
The Shipbuilders Association.
She had an angle.
The watershed bill is a consolation prize for them losing their jobs.
That's not an unfair assessment.
She thinks if the bill fails to pass, they'll withdraw support.
Not unfair speculation.
Well, I know how hard you've been working on his campaign, so I wanted to give you a heads up.
All right, I'm back now. Like I said, if you see any kind of retracement, I would love to see a retracement. Even if price came like to down here, I would love that because that means that we're just going to buy even more. Why? Because it has to come up here. You heard me? Has to. HAS. It has to. All right.
There's one more thing. About last night.
Oh, no need to apologize. I'm sure you had a very good reason.
I do. I think we should end it. Not professionally.
Keep the test because you're going to have to send it to the lab.
Fine now.
We have a really good working relationship. I don't want to overcomplicate that.
All right.
You're okay with it?
Completely. It's over.
About last night.
Oh, no need to apologize. I'm sure you had a very good reason.
I do. I think we should end it. Not professionally. The other thing.
Fine now.
We have a really good working relationship. I don't want to overcomplicate that.
All right.
You're okay with it?
Completely. It's over.
And it won't change things in terms of our arrangement?
Please. I don't punish people for making adult decisions.
Thank you, Francis.
She was never more than a faint blip on my radar. You served each other's purpose. She wants to be an adult. Let her see how she can fly when she leaves the nest.
Stupid.
Claire. Catherine. Thank you for fitting me in.
Oh, I can always find time for you and Frank.
Well, the reason I'm here is the CWI has a large shipment of water filters stuck in South Sudan, and they've been in storage for the past 4 months, just sitting there. And the Sudanese
Won't
government...
release the shipment through customs. My deputy briefed me on the latest.
Right, and I know that Francis spoke to you about this not too long ago, but lately we haven't heard much from the State Department, so I was wondering if you could help.
We've done our best, Claire. I put my top people on this. The Sudanese are just not responding.
Well, is there anything else we can do? There's over $200,000 worth of equipment.
I wish I could. I know how important this is to you, but we're about to cut off diplomatic ties. It's a directive straight from the president. We can't ignore their human rights violations anymore.
What about back channels?
Well, once we cut ties, I can't contact their government, officially or unofficially.
Well, is there someone you could put me in touch with?
I'm sorry, Claire. My hands are tied. I will move mountains for you and Frank, but I've done all I can.
Okay, good to see you. You too.
Congressman, you have a major bill going to the floor later this week. Are you optimistic it'll pass?
I'm very optimistic. The Delaware River and Watershed Act not only protects large portions of the state's freshwater resources, it also creates thousands of jobs. I'm confident that my colleagues on the Hill...
There's only one way to create jobs. I did it during my administration. The answer is tax credits for small businesses. You've got to encourage self-starting entrepreneurs to start new ventures, hire employees.
But specifically about the watershed
Small
Act.
businesses, that's the solution. Everything else is window dressing. Thank you all very much.
Thanks. Good night, Mr. Vice President.
Hello.
I need to talk about Matthews.
Yes, I've read the press reports. He's not being very helpful, is he?
He's doing more harm than good. I want to ask him to leave.
Well, that wouldn't make for a very good story.
It's better than him torpedoing the whole bus tour.
Have you tried to talk to him?
I want to ask your advice first.
Well, maybe there's a way to keep him on the tour and inspire his support.
We have fundamentally different views.
Well, look, you're not going to be able to change his ideology, but dig deeper.
Jim is a proud man. Tap into that pride. I just wish he was gone.
Well, you do whatever you think best, but whatever it is you decide, be firm and stand up for yourself. He'll respond to that at least. Call me back if you need me.
What was the reason he gave you? Were you messing up?
No. The head waiter said I was doing a really good job. They missed letting me take my own table on the second day.
And the manager, what's his name?
Leon.
Your proposition.
I'm in his office, said, couldn't afford to start taking anyone new on, even part-time. I was hand on my knee, said I might be able to make an exception. I started sliding his hand up my thigh, so I stood up and I told him I should get back to work. He said stay and buckled his belt.
Did you?
I walked out of the office and got back to my tables. Next day I came into work. Told me to go home. I was fired.
Come in in the restaurant.
Fucking around with power now.
I needed a breather. Didn't have breakfast.
Got money.
I'll head back for a little while.
The vote count?
It's gonna come down to the wire on this one.
I spoke to Catherine Durant today. She's unable to get the shipment out of South Sudan.
And we're cutting off diplomatic ties. Foreign affairs is up and on.
Yes, which is why she can't lift a finger, according to her. That's what she said anyway, and I need you to talk to her.
Well, that doesn't make any difference.
I thought she owed us, Francis.
She does, but there's limits. She's Secretary of State. She can't break diplomatic protocol.
Well, can you make some calls?
If she can, I can't. I have to focus on the watershed bill.
I'm taking time out of my schedule to help you with that.
Because you drafted.
Because you asked me. I didn't want to do this. All I'm asking is that you give me a little bit of your time in return.
And how am I supposed to fix a problem I can't fix?
What about Remy? Glendon Hill must have contacts in South Sudan.
He's fighting us on the vote.
Those are two completely separate issues.
They are not. He does you a favor. He hangs it over me.
So what you're saying is my goals are secondary to yours.
That is not what I'm saying.
I think you don't want to go hat in hand to somebody who used to work for you.
I will not be lectured to the moment you walked in the door. I called Catherine as promised. Her inability to deliver is not my problem or my fault. I cannot control changing global landscapes, and I will not be cornered into making promises I cannot deliver. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of pressure.
You're right. I didn't think it through.
I just can't go to Remy right now. He's poaching too many of my people. I've got 2 congressmen who will not commit. I was hoping you might speak to them.
Who?
Vandenberg and Abrams.
What is it you want me to say to them?
They're big on the environment. They don't think the bill goes far enough. They respect your opinion. I wanted you to walk them through the bill step by step. Put them at ease. I need to get them in the yes column. I meet with them tomorrow. I'll deliver the bruises. You meet with them later and patch them up. That might just do the trick.
Of course.
I think I broke the ball. We have contacts there through our oil interests.
I'm going to need government intervention.
Wherever there's a government, there's no people. Even when there's only the illusion of a government.
Will you help me?
I'd like to. But for something like this, I'm afraid there's a price tag.
The CWI will endorse Sandcorp as eco-friendly. They can use our logo on any PR or marketing materials you want.
We'll need more than that.
They were willing to donate over $1 million for that. These filters are only worth $200,000. I'd say that's a bargain.
You turned down that offer. Landscape has shifted since then.
The watershed bill?
That's right.
You want it amended?
I want you to kill it, the whole thing.
CWI has publicly backed the bill, Remy.
What you do publicly is your concern. Gentlemen, please have a seat. So, have either of you changed your mind since we last spoke?
We're still undecided, Frank.
Leaning one way or the other.
If Congress is going to allocate $250 million, we want to make sure it goes towards a bill that does more to
Yeah, we've been through all that. I know your concerns.
So if the protection standards don't change, we would rather see that money spent more effectively elsewhere.
That sounds like you're both leaning no.
We've been very clear about what we're asking.
Okay. This is you, Abrams. And this is you, And over here, is the majority of the Democratic cause. See, you're over there all by your lonesome. Now, you don't mind being the black sheep. You're the liberal wing of the liberal wing. Most of the time, you can vote what you want. We still pass things anyway. But this time, it does matter. And what the two of you aren't taking into account is between this end of the desk and this end of the desk is me. Now, I'm going to say to you what I say to every
Deal Surgeons Elite Masterminds. This is the Deal Surgeons Signals Group. So this is for ES right here. This is one of the first signals we're giving out. Like I said, when you look at the last video, price was right here. Let me go back down to the 1 minute chart. I told you to hold. Price was, I think price was here when I was talking about hold. So I gave the signals to get in here. Okay, this is ICT's teachings. This isn't a breaker, but it sort of is. This is actually more of a mitigation block. If this would have took the low, this would have been a breaker, this candle here. But this is somewhat a breaker, or we can say when price broke this high. So the way ICT teach it, if you know where price is going, then he said you can take buys inside of the breaker. So this is kind of like a breaker right here, but it's not really. It's probably more of a mitigation block. So I was telling you to get in here. And even though retracement came down here, see, if you actually know where price is going, the retracements don't mean shit, because you should look at it as an opportunity for you to take more buys. These are 5 minute mitigation blocks, these zones right here. So this is 38.2 on the Fibonacci. You could have held, and on a higher time frame, I told you to hold up to this blue line right here. If you go to the 15-minute chart on ES and actually put a Fibonacci on this structure right here, on the 15-minute chart, it lines up exactly at this line right here, which is the 50% line of one standard deviation. Okay. And I already explained that. So price was retracing right here. I said, hold it. It's coming up here. Now, if you understand the structure from the Monday to Wednesday range, like I said, if I'm not too confident about price, I will wait until price breaks out of the Monday to Wednesday range. So I should have got in on an earlier buy and could have made a lot more money, gave the signals a lot earlier. But there's something I got to work on. But I've been burned in the past trying to hurry up and rush a trade. And then I'll be rushing it on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then on Thursday, price will break out so cleanly and so clearly. And I'm just be kicking myself like, man, you should have just waited. Like, what you rushing for? Talking to myself. So I know this is a signals group, but I'm not just about to be giving signals just because you paid money. Like, it has to be because I'm taking the trades too. So if you take the trades and wait with me, then you're going to make money, because I said hold it to here and it came up to here like I said it would. Now, this is a bearish breaker right here. I put on 3 positions. Okay. I gave you 3 signals. I told you to take these buys up here, even though we're supposed to buy when price is going on down close candles. Actually, the positions I brought on these down close candles right here. Okay, when I gave the signals, if you look at the price points, it was on down close candles. If you buy on down close candles when you know price is going up, then you're going to be immediately in profit. You're going to immediately see the MT5 screen blue instead of red all the time. So now, if you understand the structure, then price usually reverses around 1400, 1430, 1500. So we're in that range right now. So price could continue to go down for the rest of the day, and then tomorrow it'll come up here and bump up, or it may bump up here now. So I had 3 positions on. I took off 2 at this 50% line. Price just rushed up to it right there. And so now I'm still holding a runner. So I'm looking for now where price is going to come down to. The lowest it will come down to before it takes out Thursday's high. Because usually, this is just pattern speaking, but of course you want to look at the structure. But I like to mix structure and patterns because it's a powerful combination. Usually, let's say price just keep going down for the rest of the day, right? Because usually if you understand the structure, price will reverse around 2 to 4 p.m. Okay, that's the end of the day of the bulk of the daily range. And so right now I'll be looking for what area price will reverse down to, and I want to take a buy and I'll put on another 3 positions, and the first target would definitely be these equal highs up here. I'm just saying if price continues to trickle down, they may just want to go up here right now. But this is a bearish breaker right here. Okay, on the 4-hour chart. So this is a dead giveaway. The price has to come back to it. So just breaking down the signals. This one worked out. I feel good about it that I waited instead of people texting me, you know, trying to put pressure on me to give them a signal. I'm like, I can give you one, but I'm not about to gamble your money. I don't, you know, that money that you paid for the deal surge and signals. I mean, you could be trying to get a car with that. You could be trying to, I don't know how much money you got in your trading account. It could be $10,000, you know, 5,000, 100,000. But I'm not just about to give you a signal just because you paid the money. You have to wait. That's the main thing that ICT teaches. We got to wait, man. I'm guaranteeing, you know, 2 to 3 signals a week. Okay, so this is one, and we should have, you know, another one or another 2 to go. Thanks for watching.